Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the month of July. I hope you will. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot for you today. So without any further ado, let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. I have 3 cards for Aquarius for July. There's the first one. We have the Tower in your recent past. I have present energy for Aquarius, please. Ooh. We have Justice and the 9 of Cups in your present energy. And what's coming towards Aquarius, please, for July? Temperance card. We have the Father of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, followed by the Father of Swords, which is Taurus and Aquarius energy respectively. Very fixed energy this month, underwriting all of it, but a really strong sense of responsibility. This Father of Swords is looking with very keen eye, but the Father of Pentacles is kind of side-eyeing me a little bit here. And I always think he looks dreadfully disapproving, this Father of Pentacles here. And I like the fact that your card is looking straight at me. There's somewhat of a rejection of material things here, Aquarius. This owl is clasping onto this sword really hard. And it's like there's such a knowing there, you know, unwavering, unshaking knowledge of something. It feels very purposeful. Let's use the Triple Goddess to clarify. Let's see what's going on here. Because of the 4 cards that are on the table, 3 of them are major arcana. This is a big month for you. And I would imagine, with the Tower appearing in your recent past, that this is somewhat of a chain reaction that's going on here. And it probably has already started. Tell me about the Tower. Here's the Tower here, please. Fuck. Right. So we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Chariot here. But we also had the 4 of Pentacles fall out into the reverse, and it kind of fell out to the side, aside from the other ones. So I'm actually just going to put it underneath there, and we're going to look at that separately to the other 2 because it feels important. Tell me about Justice and the 9 of Cups, please. We have the King of Pentacles again. We have Justice and the 9 of Cups. And we have the 3 of Wands. Can I have one more for that since we've got 2? Got 2 more. We now have the King of Wands and we also have the Moon. Tell me about Temperance, please. You can see this is going to be one of those readings. We have Strength, we have the 8 of Wands, and we have the Star. We have the Emperor at the bottom of this deck. I always say that the Emperor is for me, an energy of really getting your shit together, and it feels very, very focused in the same way that the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords did here. Like I said, Taurus and Aquarius energy, but we've got that Taurus energy being repeated with the King of Pentacles again, but we also now have the Leo King out here with the King of Wands. It's very active for you this month, Aquarius. The month of July is extremely active, and it all starts, it seems, with this Tower here. Now, the Tower, it's a card of Scorpio. And it is a card of course correction. Now, it looks sometimes very, it is terrifying, right? It's very dramatic. But I've been speaking a lot recently for the signs for whom the Tower has been coming up, and there have been a few of them, about the fact that the Tower isn't always something like losing your job or, you know, your house falling down, you know, there being an earthquake, something like that. But sometimes the Tower is just you putting something together that you didn't see before, and the result of that is that you cannot see the world the same way anymore. It's the, you know, the energy of the Tower does clear away those things that are no longer serving you, that need not to be in your life anymore. It is a big clearing out energy. And it tackles those things which have been either built on faulty foundations or, you know, were built correctly but then not maintained properly. But it feels more like a thought process for you, you know? Particularly given the way that your card here is staring straight at me with this Ace of Swords in its hand. It's like the eureka moment almost. It's just putting some stuff together and like, wow, blowing your own mind actually is how it feels. And this Father of Pentacles looks rather I can't get over how disapproving he looks. I'm not sure he's supposed to look like that, but he does to me. Almost like a fuck this, I'm going back off into the woods sort of energy. Nevertheless, what's coming out here underneath the Tower is the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, and this is really, really glorious, because if you take the Tower to be a course correction, taking you off one path and putting you on another because of what's going on in your head, then what we've got here is the Ace of Cups and the Chariot. We've got you starting and heading off very successfully in a particular direction, right? The Tower is, of sorts, a card of endings. It's the end of a paradigm where you believed one thing, or maybe you believed many things, you know, into what what you are now thinking. And what I really like here is that the Ace of Cups is the one that showed up. We've got the Ace of Swords implied by this King of Swords here, right? It's not strictly an ace, but there he is holding the ace. Carrying across from the weeklies, I was talking about the need for compassion and that humanitarian perspective that Aquarius can hold, being the important thing about how you move forwards. And compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, all of these things are implied here by this card. But it is a new start. It is tapping into the potential of love and emotion and compassion and humanitarian behaviour. And the Chariot card is all about picking a destination, picking a goal, and then taking the steps towards it to make it happen. Now, this says to me that there's been a huge, maybe not necessarily about face in what you believe, but there's certainly been a veering off in a direction that you didn't intend to go in originally. But now finding yourself in that way, you're going for it. But it's underpinned with compassion. It's underpinned with the endless potential of love and emotion. And now there's this sort of very decisive set of movements towards a thing. And what is that thing? Well, we're going to have a look at that in a second. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles. Thank you. We've got the Eight of Wands and we've got the Six of Cups in reverse with the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Now that's a Gemini card for me there, so it's it's air just like you, but underneath that we also have the Fool and then we have the Star as well. This is a really glorious set of new start cards here, Aquarius. The Star, obviously, is you, but we also have the Fool. We have the beginning of a new cycle here for you. And with the Magician card, not only is it an absolute nod to your own power, but it's also showing you that you have everything that you need to affect what it is that you are trying to do. Like the Magician and the Chariot together are very, very powerful cards. The Tower and the Fool with the Ace of Cups, very, very powerful set of cards. The Four of Pentacles is all about releasing. When it shows up in the reverse like this way around it's about holding on too tight to things. This way around it's about releasing. It's about letting go what needs to be let go. Now the fact that the King of Pentacles is looking pretty pissed off here, it feels like there's some sort of turning on you, turning your back on the things that the Father of Pentacles prizes. So that would be, you know, money and status and wealth, but also, you know, provision of stuff. Protection. You know, the King of Pentacles is not a bad card at all, but I'm really struck by how cross he looks here. And we've got the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups here. Now the Eight of Wands is often about communication, but it does seem like it's... Do you know what? Like, it does talk about an increase in momentum, but I'm looking at this and there's a storm here. You know, there's a storm riding in. And I can't ignore the visuals on this because it's pretty intense. But with the Six of Cups in reverse, there's no nostalgia about the past. There's no feeling for you like you need to retreat to the past. Sorry, it turned out for a second there. Maybe the storm was your tower. The seeing of the storm being on its way might be the thing that had changed your perspective on a few things. But this card is all about hanging on to those pentacles. This card is about releasing them. It's a very interesting reading. But it seems like there's a lot of things going on an awful lot of levels here for you, Aquarius. And the Tower might be the obvious result of stuff that was going on prior to, you know, the Tower falling down, or it might have been literally like a sideswiping energy that took you by surprise. But it seems like even if it did take you by surprise, you can see the benefit in it. It's clarified your mind about an awful lot of things. Move on to the current energy, and we've got Justice and the Nine of Cups, and I like this. You know, not only do we have Justice, which is about sometimes balance and harmony, but it's also about karma, and it's also about consequences, and it's also about doing the right thing and feeling like you are doing the right thing. With the Nine of Cups here, it's almost like a dedicating yourself to doing the right thing, knowing that your emotional well-being is almost dependent on you doing the right thing. Like, the word moral compass keeps coming in very strongly. Like, your moral compass has been activated, and it's pointing very strongly in a direction. And that seems to be the direction of travel for you now, Aquarius. We've got these two kings who are sitting underneath here. We've got the King of Pentacles with the Three of Wands, and then the King of Wands and the Moon here. The King of Pentacles is very static energy, and perhaps this is why he's looking very cross here, because I don't see you staying still at all. You know, fixed earth doesn't move. That's the point of it. And it could be that you are having to travel for something at the moment, to do whatever this situation is for you. But I feel like there's an aspect of changed behavior here, Aquarius, because that's what I'm seeing the Three of Wands to indicate more often than not recently. You know, the Two of Wands is hitting that crossroads energy where you walk through the consequences of taking one path over another, but ultimately knowing that your path must, you know, from where you are, divert in some sort of way. And we would see that with the Tower and the Chariot, then, you know, picking that route, swerving off from where you were, because basically your path has come to a dead end. There's a fork in the road here, you know. But it seems like you're going about things a little bit differently, very, very active. Now, like I said, changed behaviour quite likely, because we've got the King of Wands and the Three of Wands there. But it feels like a refusal to sit by and watch something, whatever it is. There's a desire to be an active participant in whatever is going on with you. I realise that I'm talking in very broad terms, but this is what the cards are presenting to me, so bear with it. We have the moon here, the card of Cancer, and it is talking about those things that are hidden. Now, often that is the subconscious and the non-conscious for me, but it can literally just be those things that are hidden. And it seems to me a little bit like you're on a path of exploration to discover those things that are hidden and bring them to the light. Leo is the sun. It is consciousness. And this is a very determined mindset to go and uncover things that are currently obscure. What's coming towards you in July is the Temperance card. It's the card of Sagittarius. And it's a card of alchemy. It's a card of balance. It's a card of healing. It's a card of things being challenging and coming out the other side. The cards underneath it are interesting too, because we have the Strength card, your Leo card, your opposite in the zodiac, but we also have the Eight of Wands and we have the Star. Now, more major arcana, and there's a ton of it here for you this month. It's a really, really important month for your growth. Specifically, but pushing you towards being a very clear, very true version of yourself, right? The Strength card is all about empowerment. It's about strength. It is about things being difficult and remaining soft, remaining compassionate, remaining, open despite it. So we can see sort of similar themes between Temperance and Strength. But with the Eight of Pentacles, which is already showing up for you, this is very clearly information coming to you. And it's like, whatever you go out looking for at the moment, it seems to me like you may be finding it here. And I've noticed that woman's face is rather grave. This is a non-standard inquiry that's going on here by you. And it doesn't strike me that you are particularly impressed with what you're reading here. But this very last card of the Star, card of Aquarius, the card of connection, the card of also healing and hope and the future. It seems like whatever you're engaged in, although it's for purposes other than this, the end result seems to be that you find yourself and step into your power in a lot stronger way than you were before, and we can see the Tower being that course correction that is diverting you towards your true path, towards your purpose in a way that was not possible in the route that you were taking before. This is really interesting. I hope this means something to you, because it seems a bit scatty to me, but I realise that I'm a Leo looking at it going, I don't really know what's going on here. Let me just pull this out here. No, I can't believe it. We've got the Eight of Wands again. Right, whatever information you're looking for, Aquarius, in July, it's going to come to you. And with the grave face of the woman on this Eight of Wands, it feels to me exactly like what you were expecting, but you have confirmation of it in your hand. There it is. It's that King of Pentacles again. And yet another King of Pentacles who looks unimpressed. And the Five of Cups. I mean, without wanting to get all esoteric on you, Aquarius, although actually I don't really mind getting all that esoteric on you, there really does seem to be a shunning going on here. That this King of Pentacles, just like all the others, looks really deeply unimpressed. It seems to be a shunning of material things, of things to do with anything, remotely pentacle-like, because of an understanding that it brings nothing but grief. Now, you know, as a spiritual lesson, that's, yeah, cool. But it seems like it's very focused on you this month, in the month of July. It's just appearing too many times here for it to be that kind of broad notion, you know, philosophizing over a joint or a glass of wine in the garden or something like that. And you're like, oh, money is the root of all evil. Well, that's not entirely true. The love of money is the root of all evil. But money can be a useful thing. But everything that the King of Pentacles stands for here, this King of Pentacles looks threatened by what you're doing. You know, so there could well be a threat to the established order of things, you know, that as a King of Pentacles he would have built. So we're talking about society, we're talking about the love of money, we're talking about the love of stuff, you know, keeping up with the Joneses and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a phrase you have in America, but it's kind of like seeing what other people have and feeling like you need to have it too, because, you know, you're all part of this desperate club where your worthiness is shown through your material possessions. What you are looking for is a complete rejection of that principle. And it's something that does have the effect of rejecting that principle. This is very strange, Aquarius. But I'm going to go over to Vimeo now and I'm going to pull this apart a little bit and see if we can get actually more of a you know, solid idea of what is going on in June, because July, because I can absolutely see there's a path here for you, and it is highly spiritual. Like, there's no doubt about this. There's hugely spiritual, but I'd like to nail down some sort of specifics because I realise that this is very broad. Hopefully it means something to you, right? I just bring the message in. So, links in the description box. Otherwise, know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.